Hi YouTube, this is Kristen Moonrise. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the upcoming full supermoon in Aries happening on Friday, September 29th. But first, I wanted to mention that today is the fall equinox, and that's when the Earth's axis and orbit align for both hemispheres to get equal sunlight, so roughly 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of night for both hemispheres. But the southern hemisphere will be going into their spring equinox, where we'll be going into our fall equinox. And so this means that we're halfway through the astrological year from the spring equinox back in March, and that was when we had our new moon in Aries and full moon in Virgo. So that was in reverse to what we have now, where we just had our new moon in Virgo, and then we're going to talk about our full moon in Aries. And so this also marks the start of Libra season. I won't really go too much into the fall equinox, but I did link an article in the description box that should tell you what you should expect for your particular sign. Again, I like to use these energies of the moon to really help empower people in their everyday lives. And again, the way that I do these videos now, I will have it where I talk about the energies and traits of the sign in the moon for the first half, and then in the second half we're going to do a meditation. So let's just get into it. So the Aries traits is that Aries is the masculine fire and cardinal sign. Its energies are that it's active, energetic, excitable, optimistic, enterprising, open to change and new experiences. And the shadow side of Aries, which is what we'll be releasing in this full moon, is being impulsive, opinionated, domineering, impatient, and vain. The part of the body that Aries rules is the head, and the key word of Aries is I am. So that means that Aries is the alpha, headstrong, and impulsive of all of the signs. Okay, so here we've got the full supermoon in Aries chart here for Friday, September 29th, 4:57 a.m. Central Daylight Time, Houston, Texas. That's where I'm from. So all the charts will be from Houston, pretty much from my end. So just by looking at the chart, we can see there's a huge balancing act here with it being a seesaw chart. Definitely check out my video on all of the different chart types, where I better explain the seesaw chart and the other different types. So the seesaw chart is a grouping of opposing planets on either side of the chart with empty houses between. So we already see that there's a need for balance here. So full moons happen when the moon is in opposition to the sun in the opposite sign. So there's a lot of polarity here, that they are each other's polarity. So we see here that the moon is in Aries at 6 degrees 0 minutes, and the sun is in Libra at 6 degrees 0 minutes. So there's other balancing themes here with the scales, with Libra, with the sun being in Libra. And so this is definitely, to me, it's screaming out this I am Aries energy. We should definitely transmute it into we are, because with Libra, it's definitely about relationships and balance. So I feel that this is definitely asking us to really get out of that ego mindset and into a collaborative mindset. And here is just some other visual astrology, just showing where the sun, the moon, and the other planets are located in the sky at the time of the full moon in Aries. And if you like my videos, please consider checking out my mindset and confidence courses. I help you identify and overcome your blocks and step into the new version of yourself. You can find the link to my self-study courses in the description box below. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And back to the video. So I'm just going to rattle off a few things that I thought of as I was thinking of this video, so definitely take what resonates. So with this being a full moon in Aries, a fiery climax approaches. And with it being a cardinal moon, be bold and make the first move. So, with this full moon in Aries, our emotions are heightened, even boisterous, particularly the negative or angry emotions. So, being out of control of your emotions is essentially you fighting for last place, because there's really no way of winning when you are out of control of your emotions. So you really have to take a step back and really ask yourself, what is fueling all of this rage, this emotion, this anger, these extreme emotions? Perhaps it could be fear behind it. Well, you have to dig around and see. And so remember to stay logical while your emotions are heightened, and take one thing at a time. And don't bum rush others, but really include them in the solution process. Um, Stop spinning your wheels and really take inspired action so you can really get to the goal. Control your energy and your frequency that you're on, and don't over explain to others, because as we get into these arguments, we try to over explain and prove ourselves. But what we really need to do is really set and be an energetic example, as people will really listen or tune into that a lot more than just the words that you may be saying, trying to convince the other person. And so don't get upset at the situation that may be causing a lot of stress or of tension, but always see it as a learning example and a benchmark of how far you've come in your journey by the way you react to it. Defending yourself does not work for those that are bound to see you in a certain way. So don't spend a lot of time forcing people to see you a certain way if they are bound to see you in a way in their minds that you can't win that battle either. And so we are really elevating our consciousness here. So that means we have to really elevate the way that we deal with conflict. It must be resolved by way of elevating the situation itself or the relationships that we have with the other person. So with it being a cardinal moon, this is to be bold and to transform the situation. With fire comes new life. So we've all seen, the documentaries on TV where they would show that that maybe a forest perhaps caught on fire. And as horrible as that was, new life came from that. New things sprouted from that destruction of the old. So the element of fire is warm, dry, bright, active, and expanding, and it allows transformation and creation. So definitely embody that for this meditation for this full moon. And so take that emotion and actively change the tone. Be bold, not in making the situation worse, but be bold, make the first move by really transforming that energy and making it beneficial to everyone. So take that I am Aries energy with the I balance Libra energy and turn it into we are. So less of I am being headstrong and independent, and really bring other people into the solution process, because you do care about them. Everyone cares about the other person and winning and succeeding. So definitely change that I am to we are. Include the other person. And so and essentially just evolve past the need to suffer. Okay, I've got two tarot cards here that I wanted to show. Hopefully I won't have too much of a glare. And so I've got the King of Wands. And so Wands represents fire, energy, passion, sparks of inspiration, forceful and egotistical energy. So this King of Wands represents taking charge, overseeing the situation, having the skill set to look ahead at the bigger picture and not just in the moment. So not just having tunnel vision, but really looking forward and strategizing. The second card that I have here is Temperance. So this is that balance and harmony feature that we are pulling from the sun being in Libra. And so this also brings optimism and positivity from that conflict. Blending, moderating, and self-restraint. So definitely these are two great cards to really embody in this for this full moon in Aries. So, for this meditation, we'll use the energies of the ancient Egyptian god Ra to help us with stabilizing our emotions. So, Ra is both masculine and feminine here, representing courage, strength, strong will, leadership, confidence, enthusiasm, and productivity. So, we'll ask Ra to help us embody these energies as well as remove all forms of rage, irritability, hyperactivity, thirst, fever, and even skin rashes. So, in this meditation, you can ask yourself something on the lines of, how can I transmute or transform my heightened emotions in the workplace, with families, friends, etc., so it can benefit everyone? How do I expand to healthy conflict where we resolve a lot of our issues? And how instead do I collaborate and not or no longer alienate others? So, those are just a few things that we can consider in this meditation.